right. Good morning. I'm on the right path. Yay. Okay, so we are on day 137. So what happened to 136, you might ask? Well, day 136, yesterday morning, woke up bright and early to the sound of rain and thunder. So I waited for about an hour in the morning because I got up early, got everything prepped and ready to go, and it didn't lighten up. In fact, it got worse. So we ended up having to take a zero, which was good because the wind, the thunder, the rain was pretty stormy yesterday. So we went into Irwin, Tennessee, and we found a hotel that let us in super early, which was really good. So we ended up taking a nice zero, got our laundry done, had a shower, watched the horrible weather outside, and did nothing. Because I was really determined to go hiking, but there's a few spots on this particular day, well, that I'll be doing today, that are kind of rocky, could be a little slippery. There are some bad weather reroutes if necessary. So we'll see what today brings. But it looks a lot. It's amazing how much brighter this image looks than what it really looks when you're in here. Because the sun's really just barely gotten up. But the camera here always makes it look so much brighter. Anyway, I'm going up a hill, which I'll be doing a lot today. There's a fair bit of elevation today. And I'll be doing, it's a big day, which is part of the reason why we didn't call, or we called it yesterday, because I don't want to do 22 miles in the pouring, thundering, windy, rainy day. So instead I'll do it today, when hopefully it'll just be sunny and windy and cool. That I can deal with. Just getting up in the morning. My feet and body are still working on waking up, but it was nice to have a warm bed and coffee and be dry, considering all that rain yesterday. It looked pretty awful. But as I mentioned, today will be a 21 plus 22-ish mile day. The uncertainty of the mileage is dependent on the parking at the end. There really is, it doesn't say there's a parking spot. The picture at the end shows a parking spot. There might not be, I don't know. So I'm not entirely sure how many miles I'll end up doing. It's definitely 20 plus. Between 21 and 22 is the most likely, but we'll find out when we get there. It's kind of a, you're surprised when we get to the end. Either way, I'll probably be quite tired because it's a big day, which is why we started so early. We got up at about 6:30 this morning and out on the trail so that we can finish the day in the daylight. I don't like to finish it dark. If it happens, it happens. I got my light and everything on me required, but it's not my preferred. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking and show you what I'm running on. Okay, so that's my trail this morning, looking pretty decent. A bit rooty, but it's been like that a lot lately, which can be a little challenging on the feet. Always seems to trip you up when your feet are getting lazy and don't pick up quite as much as they should, and then you trip on them. But that's why you have hiking poles. Although this is a series of steps here, because like I said, I'll be doing lots of elevation today. All right, I'm gonna stop talking so that I can get up the hills. because like I said, there'll be a lot of them. Not one big one. Well, I mean, in essence, it is one big one, but it's lots of little ones that lead to one big one. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get cracking. Although the one last thing I'll say before I turn this off is we're near a bunch of houses and it's starting to get cool enough that people are using their fireplaces. You can really smell the wood smoke, and I always love that smell. It's definitely a fall smell for me. Anyway, so it smells beautiful and it looks beautiful because you can see all the fall colors. It's going to be a beautiful fall day. Okay, now let's get going. Okay, there's a lot of dogs barking, which makes me wonder if they're out chasing bears right now. Because I've been hearing them the last 20 minutes, and there's some above me and there's some below me, dogs that is. So, I don't know what's going on, but gonna keep my ears and eyes open. Okay, well, we've gone probably about a mile from where that dog was barking. They've stopped barking, so either the bear was chased away or I don't know. Either way, the dogs are no longer barking. I'm now just kind of walking the ridge line here. Not sure how many miles I'm in today already. I haven't actually looked. Honestly, I'm just, today being such a big mile day, I'm just kind of walking. I'm not even looking how far I'm getting because it'll just either depress me, going, oh, I've got so much further to go. Well, not depress me per se, but just, you know, when you see how much more you have to go, sometimes it's just exhausting, I guess is a better word. But it is a beautiful day and I'm enjoying my hike, so I'm not gonna look, I'm just gonna enjoy. And I get there when I get there. All right, let's keep getting there. Okay, so we're heading to the peak of Big Butt. Yes, that's what it's called. We're at 4,800 feet. I'm not sure what direction or towns I'm looking at. I was trying to find that information on my app because I'm not so familiar with the area, but it does not tell me. So, oh well. But yeah, this is Big Butt. I don't know who names this stuff, but you guys got some weird naming. All right, let's keep going up Big Butt. Okay, so I'm going through the section of Big Butt. It's just fun to say. I mean, let's all be about 7 years old here. But yeah, there's this big slabby rocks that are always challenging to go through when it's dry. So I'm really glad I did not attempt to do this yesterday when it was wet, because these are the type of things that, I'm not gonna lie, you end up slipping on and hurting yourself on. And it's easy to do, especially if you feel crappy and miserable and it's wet. And so, it's this type of stuff, just to give you a sense. So, really happy I took yesterday off. All right, let's continue on. Okay, so we've sort of come out into this field ridge, which is nice because that sun feels wonderful. Still kind of cool out, so it's nice to have a bit of a sun, and the little birds are out and flitting about. Although the leaves are definitely disappearing. Oh well. All right. So I'm just trying to make it to a shelter in about 2 miles here, so I can stop and have some lunch. Because although this is a nice place to have lunch too, it's a little bit early and, well, there's nowhere really to sit. I could sit on the ground, but being in a shelter or on a picnic table is always a nice bonus. All right, well, let's just keep going. Okay, so I made it to Jerry's cabin shelter. It's definitely an older shelter, but it's got, that's kind of nice, got a little fireplace in here. They're definitely more so on these older shelters. And they have a picnic table, although I'll probably stay in here because it's drier, and have some lunch. Alright, it's a nice day, but it's still pretty cool out, and that wind is definitely on the cool side. Alright, time for some lunch, and then afterwards we head back up there. Okay, so I just passed by a couple of hunters that are up here today, and they were saying they've been chasing a bear just down that direction. I haven't seen any bears personally, but I passed by a few hikers who said a hiker they passed going my direction had seen a bear on the trail. So I guess they're out here. I just haven't seen them. Granted, if those dogs are out, I'm not surprised I haven't seen any, and I'm happy about that. But there you go. It is hunting season. I got my orange, just so invisible. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so I'm on Fire Skull Ridge. The knob is that little section right there. So that's where I'm headed next. And then I'm going to skirt along that ridge line and then down, I think. I think that's where I'm going. But anyway, I'm definitely going to that next knob because we like knobs up here. All right, let's go down that hill. Okay, so I finally got a view. This is apparently a north view of and we're on the Fire Scald Knob Ridge. Seriously, where do you guys come up with these names? But it is gorgeous up here. It's still cool with that wind, but the sun is shining and the fall colors are out. Beautiful. All right, well, let's keep going. I know, the squeak of this thing is just irritating. I have to fix that. It's not my joints. Okay, so we're finally at the end of our 22-ish mile day. Which is good because my feet are done. I'm hungry. And I want to sit down and not stand up for the rest of the day. It was a good day though. It was nice and sunny. A little stayed cool most of the day, but definitely a good day. So I'm happy to say it's over. Make some dinner at the van and go to bed so we can do it all again tomorrow. All right. Let's say goodnight.